All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome back. Welcome in. Hopefully you all are doing well today. So we're going to take a look and see what wants to come through for us today. As always, take what resonates, leave what does not. Your spirit guides are welcome here. My spirit guides reach out to yours. This is a safe space for all. For everyone who comes across this channel, this is a safe space, right? But we're going to take a look at what this week holds. You know, this is the beginning of the week. So this is kind of for Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. The end of last week, especially Friday's reading, was very interesting, to say the least. And, you know, that was just kind of an odd day. It was an odd reading with little nuggets, you know, scattered throughout, which is why it's labeled what it is. But hopefully that helped you in whatever little nugget of information you needed from that reading. But as always, you know, this is a new week. New week, new energy. As I usually say, a new chance to fuck things up. That's just me. That's just, you know, how I think. Oh, goodness. But let's see where we're going. Let's see what wants to come through. Oh, yeah? Is that the one we're walking away with? We have Unfinished Symphony. Looking at the higher vibration right now. Past energy, we've got Time to Go. Okay. And then we have Yin. Okay. So, at the forefront of this vibration, there is something that you moved away from, something that became unfinished. It could be talking to a divine feminine, or it could be talking straight to your emotion. But you moved beyond something. Something ran out of time, or you felt as though you spent, you know, enough time there. I am seeing two people, which is interesting because this is only one person here, but I am seeing two people. Time to Go, an Unfinished Symphony. So you walked away from something that became unfinished. You know, maybe you were in it for the long haul, and then something happened, or it was just something very briefly. But I feel like it is something that weighs heavy on your emotion. Something that emotionally, you know, you linger on in your mind. What does the lower vibration have? Shadow. Yeah, okay. Speak Truth. And your future energy, we have the Wildling. So this could have gone unfinished, and now we have the Void underneath. What's underneath here? Clean it up. Yeah. The truth that you had, or the truth that was spoken, you know, I feel like led you into this period of shadow, of unfinished, you know, energy. The Wildling. You know, I almost feel like your emotions are kind of running rampant with this. And what I mean by that is it's kind of got that energy of no matter how hard you try not to think about it, your mind and your heart go back to it. With Yin and the Wildling. It's almost like they have a mind of their own. But I do feel like this is really weighing heavily on you. This is something, like I said, that lingers. I'm seeing one of my exes, which is bizarre, but it could be, you know, an ex that you walked away from, with some unfinished energy there. Maybe it's an unspoken truth that needed to be spoken. That's only for some of you. But I definitely feel like with this Truth card, this was your truth. This was something that you either understood or, again, something that you said. Let's see. Let's see what the tarot has got for me. The High Priestess. The Eight of Cups. The Chariot. See, there's that moving forward. And the Four of Swords. This could have come from, you know, I feel like I said, this is your truth. It could have come from your intuition, yeah. And here we are. There's the Empress. Along with Judgment, and there's the moving away. I feel like this was a situation or a person, like I said, that you felt could go the distance. I feel like it brought out emotions in you that you may not have experienced in quite some time, or they were new emotion with the Empress here. I almost feel like they, and this is just from the underneath, I almost feel like they were a catalyst for you to bring out those emotions, but not here to linger. And you made the active choice to move away from this. Did these emotions scare you? I've been there. There's no judgment here. There's no judgment here. But it almost feels like these emotions, you know, kind of startled you, kind of scared you. And now that these emotions are in the forefront, you know, they can be at the forefront, but now that they're in your immediate circle, I feel like it's kind of hard for you to tune out of that energy. What we got here? Queen of Pentacles, Seven of Swords, with the Four of Cups. Oh, a new layer to the tale. Grounding you is the Page of Swords. Guiding you is the Four of Wands. Past energy, we've got the Six of Cups. Future energy, we've got the Five of Pentacles. The Moon, Temperance, the Eight of Wands, and the outcome is the Seven of Cups. I feel like this left you in quite a bit of confusion. The one card that is yelling at me right now is the Seven of Swords. Deception, lying. Then we have the Four of Cups. It's funny because of how this shows up, right? And what I mean by that is I feel as though here you are trying to tell yourself, I'm fine. It's fine. It's fine. These things will just go away. And I feel like that's kind of the lie. And we have these messages coming in here with the Four of Cups that I feel as though you're not receptive to. Why did you walk away from this? What was this truth? I do feel like it left you in confusion. I do feel like you have put yourself out in the cold. All right. We're going to get into this right now. What is the lie? What is the lie? Two of Swords. Aha! I don't see it. I don't hear it. It doesn't exist. Two of Swords. Eight of Swords. Knight of Pentacles. And the Two of Wands. The only way that this energy is going to be released is if you learn the lesson. I feel like I am talking to someone who is afraid of what this makes them feel. And that is why you walked away. Please don't lick my foot. I've got Cosmo right here. The Moon, Temperance, Eight of Wands, Seven of Cups. I do feel like this left you in confusion. Because it's, again, we have the Four of Wands and the Page of Swords. Four of Wands is like, you know, this is success. This is kind of like the finish line for me. It's also a card of union for me. Because, see, it almost looks like a ceremony. Kind of like that Happily Ever After card, one of the many. But then we have the Page of Swords. You know, the Page of Swords has got a truth, but they're looking in the past like, okay, you know, is this going to creep up on me? You know, are these things coming at me? You know, it's kind of got that truth, but it's kind of, oh, I heard unwillingness to speak the truth, but it's kind of that afraid to, you know, lean into this energy, afraid of that truth. The Six of Cups. This is some rough-watered energy. Six of Cups for me. What you got? Wheel of Fortune. Yeah. Ace of Pentacles. Yeah, this was a tangible Six of Pentacles. This was a tangible, you know, experience for you. All designed for you to do this work. Right? Six of Pentacles, Eight of Pentacles. This was designed for you to do the work. I feel like this was put on your path, you know, Wheel of Fortune, Eight of Cups. This was put in your path to bring out these emotions, just like I said. And I feel like when this happened, when things started to get serious, you tucked tail and ran. Again, been there. I have. I've absolutely been there. And it definitely was a lasting lesson that I had. And, you know, it led me to this point. To give you some sort of detail, okay? Back in 2017, end of 2016, beginning of 2017, or beginning of 2017, I was hit with a situation where it did bring out, you know, things in me. It really did. But at the time, I wasn't as healed as, you know, what I am now. And, you know, it definitely, it was an I'm fine moment. Like, you know, I can do more with this situation. I can do better than this person. Like, it was a rough situation all around. And when the lesson came around, it was unfortunately a permanent lesson, where it definitely caused me to change, right? And I feel like that's what this lesson is. This lesson is going to cause you to fundamentally change as an individual. And it's a big change. This is not, you know, a change that, you know, is going to be gone in a few years. I feel like this is a really big change because that's the energy that I'm getting. So what is this Four of Cups here? What is this message trying to come in? Because I feel like it's trying to come in multiple ways. Four of Cups, Eight of Wands. What is this message? Nine of Swords. I feel like it's coming to you in your dreams. Maybe the things that keep you up at night. Queen of Swords, Four of Pentacles, Two of Cups. Yeah, I feel like this has to do with a past relationship. Lovers underneath. I feel like this has to do, and there's the Magician. I feel like this is keeping you up at night. Nine of Swords, Queen of Swords, that's the Ten of Swords. This is going to alter you in a way that I don't think you quite understand. But I feel like you, again, are not willing to give up what you have, Four of Pentacles, to move from your position. The other example that's, you know, coming to my mind, not really a secret relationship, but it's almost like you want something, the truth. You know, you want something, but you're unwilling to go after it. And, you know, the examples that are coming to my mind, and, you know, this is just examples. I'm not saying that this is what's happening. I mean, if it is, here you go. But I'm not saying that this is what this is. What I'm saying is this is the energy that I'm getting. You know, here we go. it's almost like the straight dude and the gay dude, right? And bear with me here. And they have feelings for one another, but the straight dude is like, this is not how I was raised, or this isn't how this is done, because we do have the Hierophant underneath. Maybe it's not how things were done. And so the straight dude, moves on with his life, even though he still comes back to that other individual, right? It's kind of what that energy feels like. Again, I'm not saying that that's the situation that, all of you are in, but it has that energy. It's got that lingering energy of, you want something, but you were unwilling to go after it because of, maybe tradition or the way that you were raised, the way that things are done, social norms, whatever the case may be. But it definitely feels like it drags you through it. I'm going to tell you right now, it's going to drag you through it. 7 of Cups. I feel like this is confusion. 6 of Wands. Ace of Swords. Ooh. Plot twist. 7 of Wands. And the Queen of Wands. Some of you will eventually get the lesson. Some of you will eventually get the understanding. Okay? And when you get that understanding, I do feel as though it allows you to build a better foundation. Based on this truth, the Ace of Swords, I do feel like you build a foundation on top of this truth now. But you're going to have to go through it and come out on the other side. For others of you, I'm not going to say it's not without its drama. Because I got the Queen of Wands here, and I only have the Queen of Wands, I don't have the King and Queen of Wands. And it's kind of like a fiery passion, it's also drama. So, this could bring out some drama here. Woof. But now I'm nosy. Now I'm nosy. I'm going to use a different set. No, I don't want to use this set. But I am going to use a different set. I want to know what's going on the other side of this. I don't usually do this because, my main focus here on this channel is you guys. But I do want to take a look at what is happening on the other side, whatever you are attached to with this situation. I want to see how they're responding to this. Because, there's 2 sides to every story. But you're going through it. You are absolutely going through it. What do we have for them? Page of Wands. Strength. 2 of Swords. Wheel of Fortune. Raising consciousness. The Devil. The Tower. Grounding, guiding, lovers, 10 of Pentacles, Emperor, Judgment. King of Swords, the Fool, the 9 of Swords, and the outcome is the 6 of Swords. I feel like they're in the same boat you are. I feel like they're experiencing the same thing. They were inspired by this, and it took a lot of courage for them, to get to this. It's also taking a lot of courage for them to brush this off. So if you're dealing with another person, maybe the truth didn't come from you. Maybe the truth came from this other person who's like, nah, fam. Nah, fam. No, we can't do this. Even though I feel like they're experiencing the same thing you are, they're also experiencing fear. The raising consciousness devil, and the next step for them is the Tower. Grounding this energy is the Lovers, guiding this energy is the 10 of Pentacles. Then we have the Emperor and Judgment. They're going to make a choice. What was this choice? I mean, I'm assuming this choice was to walk away from you, but Three of Pentacles, Hierophant, there's that tradition, Ace of Wands, and the Three of Swords. Yeah, their choice was to walk away from you, walk away from this, because of how things are done, right? How things should be done. See, and here we are. See, you're going through it. I feel like even though you aren't wanting to look at the messages, you know, you're still getting those messages in. They know. They know. But it's almost like they're cutting you off. King of Swords, Fool, Nine of Swords. I feel like they're trying to step away from this energy. And it is also stressing them out. Six of Swords, Knight of Wands, Two of Cups. There's the High Priestess, and there's the Queen of Swords. You know, and even though they're also moving away from this, I feel like they're also getting hit with the same type of messages you are. I feel like I'm dealing with two stubborn parties here. One of you, or both of you, this could be an, what's the word I'm looking for? This could be a situation where both of you have decided to walk away. But yet both of you still have feelings for one another. Can't get you out of my head. What is that song? Can't get you out of my head. I'm sorry. Again, my intuition works with music. I feel as though this situation, both of you, you know, may have had a truth and understanding of what the situation was, and both of you actively decided to separate. But the problem is that both of you are still thinking about the other. Wow. Wow. And you know what's funny is I've got the Emperor and the Empress from two separate sets. I also have the Lovers here from both sets. I have the High Priestess here from both sets. One of you is lying to yourselves, the other one is afraid. I have the Ace of Pentacles, the Ace of Swords from one set. And I've got the Ace of Wands from another. The one that's missing, Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Swords, Ace of Wands. The one that's missing is the Ace of Cups. I feel like both of you don't want to acknowledge this energy. Because of some sort of tradition, some sort of family value, some sort of, you know, what's the word I'm looking for? Social norm. What happens if you reach out to this other person? Four of Pentacles, Seven of Wands, Five of Swords, Five of Wands. They're going to get combative. If you reach out to this other person, Four of Pentacles, Seven of Wands, don't get combative with me. Go on, Mr. Man, I'm almost done. Four of Pentacles, Seven of Wands. Well, come here. Come on. You want to say hi? Say hello. Yeah, say hello to the people. Hi. I will get the laser here in just a minute. I'm almost done, okay? Now stop it. I feel like they build a wall against you. I feel like they built a wall because they're trying to walk away from the situation. And I feel as though that if you press this, they're going to get defensive. They're going to get combative. And if they reach out to you, because you got to look at both sides, even though I don't think it's highly likely. Page of Wands, 3 of Wands, oof, 10 of Cups, and here we are, the Tower. Well, give me one more. King of Swords. You both are stubborn fools. And there's the King of Cups. There's the first cup. Is that the first cup? No way. No, because there's the 6 of Cups. No way. No. That can't be right. Here we have the 2 of Cups and the 6 of Cups. But that's the undercurrent. You both are stubborn fools. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Who... You guys care for one another. But if this person reaches out to you, I feel like you're going to play dumb. You're going to play stupid. You're going to reflect back to them exactly what they're giving you. Jesus. Oh my God. I'm just kind of sitting in this energy here. Because again, I've been down this road. I know what happens. I know how this feels. It's a struggle. And again, I'm not calling you out in a way that I'm like, you two should be together, because my job here is just to read the energy. What you guys decide is completely up to you. Again, these are... Stop it. What I decide is completely up to me, and what you decide is completely up to you. Don't talk to me. Blah, 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 blah. Do you hear him? Hey. I'll play with you here in just a minute. I'm almost done. You do not need to touch these cards. I'm almost done. I'm almost done. You're interrupting me, and the more that you interrupt me, the more the longer it's going to take. Sorry. Back to... Stop it. Game over. Back to the seriousness of the situation. My job is just to read the energy present. What you guys decide is completely up to you, but what I want to tell you is, from experience, from not only my experience, but from other people's experience with this type of situation, this energy is not just going to leave. Okay? It's not. It's not just going to leave. This is going to be something, a moment in time, that both of you are going to come back to in the late hours of the evening. And moments where you think you just got away, it's going to come back and it's going to hit you. I know this from experience. Not only mine, but other people's. It's kind of like the one that got away. Oh my goodness. Zodiac signs that I see, bear with me here. We have Aquarius, Aries, Leo, Taurus, Scorpio, Aquarius, Sag, Cancer, Leo, Scorpio, fixed signs again, Leo, Taurus, Scorpio, Aquarius, Gemini, Aries, Capricorn. Did I say Cancer? I'll take Cancer. Taurus, Scorpio, Sag. We have the King and Queen of Swords. I'll walk away with air signs. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, more Gemini, Sag, Pisces, Taurus, Virgo, Gemini. Is that everybody? I think that's everybody. One more time just to be sure. Fixed signs, Leo, Taurus, Scorpio, Aquarius, Aries, Aquarius, Sag, Cancer, Pisces, Leo, Scorpio, Aries, Capricorn, Gemini, Aquarius, Gemini, Scorpio, Taurus, Sag, air signs, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, Pisces, Sag, Gemini, Virgo, Taurus. That is everyone. That's everyone that I can see. I wish you the best with this. And hopefully, you know, the course that you're on leads you to exactly what you want. Whether it's this person, whether it's somebody like this person, whether it's a new situation entirely, whatever that may be for you, I hope that you get through this and come out on the other side. Okay? All right. Thank you guys very much for joining me. As always, your company is well appreciated. If this resonated for you, leave a like, leave a comment. If you don't want to leave a comment or you just want to talk about the situation, my Facebook link is in the description box below. If you go there, it takes you to Ollie's Oracle. You can message me there. I know these types of situations are hard. Okay? So, until we meet again, take care of yourselves. Be gentle with yourselves. Okay? Alright. But until then, you guys take care. And I'll see you all next time. Bye for now.